Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vatitam Gadana Sadrasham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalachalam Ibum Bhati Trigunaram Namami. Nityanandam, welcome back, dear viewers. Welcome to this very special program on how Devi Parashati has revealed the great truths on revealing the solution for most of us. Today we are having a very special segment, and it's been a very positive welcoming response from all our viewers. So we are sharing with all of you the solution that Devi Parashakti revealed for you to feel stuck. For those of us who are feeling stuck during this pandemic, how do we get out of this? What is the reason that we are feeling stuck? Is it only us, or through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the solution for feeling stuck during this pandemic? So it gives me immense pleasure for joining us from around the world for this program. The program is starting at 2 a.m. Indian Standard Time, and it's for those of you around the world, especially those of you in the West, in the US, Canada, in the western part of the world, to share with you the great truths in Parashati. So welcome each and every one of you for this program. This program is streamed on all the major Kailasa social media platforms, the SPH YouTube channel, and the Facebook Live, and Twitter, Instagram Live as well. And you can join us through any of these platforms. And if you feel any of your friends, relatives, family members are also looking for a solution, they feel stuck, they are not able to have a breakthrough in life, they feel depressed, they feel like giving up hope, all you need to do is make a call, send a link to them, and invite them to join for this program. And I'm sure the revelations of Devi Parashakti, the revelations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism can make a huge positive impact in their life. So all you need to do for that is go ahead and like this video, share this video with your friends, family, relatives, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you get enlightenment at your fingertips. Whenever the Supreme Pontiff is here for the live darshan or for any of the videos uploaded, you will get a notification. So with that, we will be entering into the introduction to today's program. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revealed that you are a possibility, a seed. You can always and develop the life you wanted. You can always manifest the life you wanted. You always bring up the life you wanted. You always awaken yourself to the reality you wanted. So we are a possibility. We can manifest life as we want. There is something called destiny. I am predestined to go through all these things. My life is supposed to be like this. Not at all. And as we move on to the next segment, next slide, I just want to share a small story revealed by the Supreme Pontiff in a park, and it was a beautiful evening. And one astrologer remarked, "Oh, what a beautiful autumn! I have never seen an autumn like this ever before." And the another astrologer who was there with him, he said, oh, I was just thinking about the autumn of 2020. So he was just thinking about the autumn of 2070 rather. So one astrologer was enjoying the breeze and the autumn, the spring, the season that was there. The other astrologer was just experiencing the autumn in his head and comparing it with the autumn that's supposed to come in the year 2020. So here we can be in the moment, enjoying and learning from this experience, or using our head and missing the moment. So let's all come back to this moment and let's see what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reveals about feeling stuck during this pandemic. Now, there are some of the statistics around the globe. The global unemployment rate is at 6.47%, and it shows no sign of reversing, which is slowing down the process for each of us who are waiting for a new job. Many of us lost jobs during the pandemic and unable to get back on our jobs. So the situation doesn't seem to be improving. The COVID-19 pandemic decreased the life expectancy in the globe by 2 years, halting the plans of millions who want to start a new family. There are various statistics, if you see around the world, how the COVID pandemic has literally impacted the life in every sector, whether it is relationships, whether it is economy, whether it is travel. In every aspect of life, the COVID pandemic has drastically impacted, the lifestyle of humanity around the world. One. So some of the statistics overview that what is happening around the world. I'm sure the negative impact that COVID is having on the planet Earth. And while at one point the next generation might have looked forward for a brighter future, 34.71% of parents in studies reported behavioral problems in their children, and they attributed to pandemic and virtual schooling. The children sitting in the house in front of the computer throughout the day, even in the name of school, is really affecting the children. Now, whether it is in our jobs, our academic careers, our financial life, relationships with family, in every aspect, we feel stuck. And if you are joining chat, which is the live, under the YouTube live stream, you will see a live chat option. Click on the live chat. And it's a chat open for the members of the channel. If you are not yet a member of the channel, just for $3, you can become a member of the channel. Below the seekers and the global community of the avatar. So in every aspect of life, we feel stuck. And I welcome each of you who are live watching this video to comment in the YouTube. Do you feel stuck? Health, wealth, relationships, career, spiritual growth. You can say one or more, and anything else as well. So you can comment in the YouTube live chat. So that way we can have an interaction. We know that it's not just us sharing the truths with you. It is you responding back to us. So we know that you are actively participating and engaging in this session. Now, the solution revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for those of us who are feeling stuck. All doshas are nothing but the incompletions we carry. If you find the root pattern from where the snake fear started in us, let's say you have fear of snake. And if you look at from where the snake fear started in us and complete with that root pattern, you will be free from Naga dosha. All doshas are nothing but our incompletions. Every dosha that we experience, whether it is some Navagraha dosha, some Rahu dosha, whatever dosha it may be, it is because of our incompletions. So we'll be sharing with you how to overcome these obstacles. And what are the revelations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism? What is the solution, and how do we implement that solution in our day-to-day life? Completion releases us from all the karmas, whether it is Naga dosha, Shani dosha, Rahu dosha, or any astrological doshas, Vastu doshas. You will be relieved from all the doshas just by completion, just through completion. Sit and practice completion. So just through the completion process revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you can break free from any of the doshas, which are malefic effects of the planets in our lives. So when we sit and really sincerely do the completion, none of these doshas will have an effect on us. Now, the easiest and the fastest path to complete completion is the grace of the Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has come down as the avatar, is blessing, attending, guiding, ultimately taking complete care of each and every one of us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, our beloved Swamiji, is taking care of us, and it is with the grace of the Guru that we overcome any and all the obstacles we have on our path to enlightenment. It's a beautiful verse from the Guru Gita. It says, Asiddhim sadhayet karyam navagraha bhayapaham duswapnanashanam chaiva suswapna paladayakam. Repeating the Guru Gita aligns one life with the Guru. It brings good dreams to fruition and curtails bad dreams. Fear of the astrological influence of the 9 planets is diminished, and the unfinished tasks become easy to complete. How? Just by connecting with the Guru, the grace of the Guru, all the auspiciousness is showered in our life. Now, in this program, over the course of the next few hours, you can ultimately transcend the overwhelming toxicity created by the raging pralaya through this Parashati Akashic reading program. Now, before we move on to the next segment, a very quick introduction to who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu nation, civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made yoga temple-based university and as a lifestyle for humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 293rd Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailas Somnatha Shyamala Pita Sarvajna Pitam. Here you can see the pictures of the official coronation of the Supreme Pontiff as the 293rd Pontiff of the oldest papal state of Hinduism. Coronated as the 293rd Pontiff, here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism reviving the ancient enlightenment ecosystems, the temple-based ecosystems. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the founder of the Nithyananda mission, the international mission declared as a successor of the Arunachala Sarvajna Pitam by the Guru Parampara at the age of 16. Founded the mission, the Nithyananda Sangha, to revive Kailasa internationally at the age of 21. Founded the Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Pita at the age of 24. Here you can see Swamiji himself doing the Bhumi Puja, declared as the successor of the Bhagyanagra Shripura Sarvajna Pita at the age of 26. Here you can see the coronation as the successor of the Bhagyanagra Sarvajna Pita. The incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam of Suryavamsa lineage at the age of 26. Here you can see the lineage of the kings of the Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam. The reviver of the Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Pitam at the age of 29. Coronated as a successor of the Kashi Sarvajna Pitam at the age of 30. Officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order, the youngest Mahamandaleshwar at the age of 35. You can see the pictures of the coronation ceremony. Coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tanjavur Adinam. Coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Vedaranyam Adinam. And coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tiruvarur Adinam. Here you can see the Guru Parampara, the pictures of the lineage of the Gurus. Coronated as a Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharma Mukti Swargapuram Adinam. Here you can see the Guru Paramashivam of the Guru Adinam. At the age of the year, elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu pontiffs or leaders, revered as the most prolific and the most viewed guru in the digital world, read, watched by 1 billion followers in Hinduism. "26 years of relentless humanitarian services and initiatives in free vegetarian food, free disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolution and peace initiatives, and sustainable Hindu practices through various international initiatives. Authored 300 books and 10,000 languages, articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil and Sanskrit, translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read and downloaded. Established the largest Hindu university with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and with over 20 million digital books. Over 10,000 hours of discourses and over 10 billion views on social media. Respected as a commentator of all the sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavan Gita, Jain Sutra. Honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. Acclaimed as the one of the top 100 spiritually influential living person, Watkins Mind Body Spirit magazine. The revival of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Paramashivam, and the NITHYANANDA Order diaspora, who are working for global. The establishment of the largest Hindu university in the world with satellite campuses in 150 countries. Establisher of the 1,000+ Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems. The founder and the reviver of over 100 Sarvagnipeetams. Next, we are going to be seeing a demonstration of the extraordinary powers of the third eye. And the demonstration we are going to be seeing and how the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are going to be are demonstrating these powers just through initiation, the Diksha, by the avatar. So in the next segment, we are seeing the extraordinary powers, how just through the Diksha, the initiation of the avatar, the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are able to manifest these extraordinary.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailashi.
Nithyanandam, and welcome back to our viewers into the next segment on manifesting the extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva. The Balasans, the Nityananda yogis, and the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifest these extraordinary Shaktis and just through the initiation by the avatar. So in this program, we are now going to be demonstrating to you the various extraordinary powers demonstrated, and just to show you the possibility that even you can manifest these powers just with the initiation of the avatar. So this is a demonstration just to show that that possibility exists for each and every one of us. It doesn't depend on us. It just depends on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who's initiating us, who's transmitting that experience to us, who's giving us that experience and giving us those powers, initiating us into those powers. It is literally like you have a, we are like an Android phone, and Swamiji is installing these various apps in us so we can utilize those apps and we can use those apps. It's just like that. Swamiji is initiating us into these extraordinary powers. We are thinking I am a simple phone, I can only be used for calling. We are not realizing there are smartphones and we have so many more possibilities in us, and they just have to be awakened. And the awakening of those possibilities is done by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So in this segment, we are going to share with you about what are Shaktis. So let's see the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. Now, Siddhis manifest on your path to enlightenment, or as you are seeking the ultimate truth on your path, whatever manifests are called Siddhis, and they can divert you from enlightenment. Shaktis, on the other hand, manifest from the space of enlightenment. After reaching that space, upon that space, from that space, what you manifest are called Shaktis. Shaktis are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not. And Siddhis can divert you from enlightenment, whereas Shaktis, more and more you manifest the Shaktis, more and more you are grounded in the space of enlightenment. Okay, move on to the next slide. Now we'll do an introduction to what are these Shaktis as per the Vedic tradition, as per Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Yes. Paramashiva, the soul of Shaktis. Paramashiva Hinduism, we are beyond time, space, form, and causality. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the manifest and Vyakta, the manifest universe, he performs the Panchakrita or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, sustenance, rejuvenation, Samhara, rejuvenation, Tirobhava, pulling out of delusion. These are the 5 cosmic actions performed by Hinduism is the signs of really apologizing for the technical glitch. The science of power manifestation is authenticated through the four aspects of evidences or pramanas. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. The Apta Pramana, the experience and results of the Aptas, the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis, the scientists who time tested these science. Atma Pramana, the very experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, manifesting these extraordinary powers. And Pratyaksha Pramana, the verification through scientific observation, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation, the Pratyaksha Pramana. Vedagamas is a living applied science. Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus. Vedas are a pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. Vedas and Agamas, Vedagamas are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva himself, and they are the ultimate, the eternal, unchangeable truths. A reference cited from these Shastras or source scriptures is called Shastra Pramanas. Now, let us enter into the power of body scanning. We are going to be manifesting this power of body scanning. Let us see where in the Hindu scriptures this power is mentioned. The Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana, and the Atma Pramana. So, in this power of body scanning, one awakens the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. And if you are watching this live stream and if you would like to request a body scanning for yourself, you can comment in the live chat of YouTube. The Shastra Pramana is the reference from the Hindu scriptures, is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, the Sutra 54. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshma tarani cha tattvani yani nilayam Tyatvante vyajyate param. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply from the subtle to the subtlest. Cognize deeply from the subtle to the subtlest.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know He is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great.
Sincerely apologizing for the technical glitch. We were just sharing with you about the scriptural reference for the power of body scanning, and there was a technical glitch as we were chanting that. If we can please go back to the previous slide. I'll chant the verse and I will read out the meaning as well. The Shastra Pramana, if we can please go back to the previous slide. The Shastra Pramana for the power of body scanning is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54. The verse says, Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tatvani yani nilayam tyatvante vyajyate para. Cognize deeply from the subtle to the subtlest the constitutive principles of your whole body or of the whole universe simultaneously consists of the existing reality. They are being absorbed in the source cause Paramashiva. By absorbed by the experience of such restful awareness, one become complete from all the thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power Devi is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. This is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, the revelations of the 112 meditation techniques by Bhagavan Paramashiva to Devi Parashati. The next is the Apta Pramana, which is the experience of the great rishis who manifested the power of body scanning. So here we are going to share with you the power of body scanning as demonstrated by this great sage Agastya. Now Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. One day, a man suffering from severe headache comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a small terai, a type of frog, sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs his disciple Terayar to perform an open-head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed, the person is healed and cured of the headache. Thus, the disciple got the name Terayar. So these were so prevalent, and the Vedic tradition was such an advanced civilization. The next pramana that we have is the Atma Pramana, the account from the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now, in the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Supreme Pontiff narrates, only when I had a multiple compound fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore for a medical checkup related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out the problems, the imbalances had happened, and where balance had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. So this is the account of from the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. So now let us see. We'll be entering into the demonstration of the power of body scanning. For those of you who are watching this power, you can watching the live stream. You can comment in the YouTube live chat if you would like to request a body scanning for yourself. All you have to do is comment in the YouTube live chat that I would like to request a body scanning for me. And if you would like to request a body scanning for any of your family members, you need to have their consent. Let's say you want to request a body scanning for your mother, you can say, I would like to request a body scanning for my mother after you have spoken to her and received her consent. And please do message in the chat that I have the consent of my mother. So we don't have to wait on that. So you can go ahead and message in the YouTube live stream. What is it that if you would like to have a body scanning for yourself, and we will be doing the body scanning, and we request you to stay on the chat and listen to the body scanning revelations and respond back in the chat how you were able to reveal, how you were able to connect with the revelations of the body scanning. So you can comment in the YouTube live chat. And if you are not able to comment, it's probably because you are not a member of this channel. So below the live stream, you can click on the join button and join and become a member of this channel. So you can go ahead and respond in the YouTube live stream if you would like to have a body scanning for yourself. And we'll be right back with you after a short break.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We have Ma Nitya Dharmadhara Ananda. Dharmadhara Ma, we got your message. If you would like to have a body scanning, you can definitely mention in the chat, Ma, that you would like to, specifically you can mention that I would like to request for a body scanning, and just wanted to confirm that you are requesting so that we can go ahead. So if you would like to have a body scanning, please mention in the chat that I would like to request a body scanning for myself in the YouTube live chat. And if you are requesting for any of your friends or family members, please do have their consent and then respond in the chat that you have their consent and you're requesting for them with their consent. And also we wanted to tell you that the body scanning is in no way a replacement for any of the medical diagnosis, medical treatment, or a replacement for any of the medical prescriptions that you have received from your doctor. Please do follow the medical advice, and you can always use the third eye revelations to confirm and to check upon what the revelations, the medical diagnosis has already told. However, do not change. This is not an alternative to any treatment or a replacement for any treatment. So please do continue what you're doing, but you can always use the revelations to go back and check and diagnose and see how the body scanning is helping. So with that, we will now be moving on to the demonstration of the powers. And if you are requesting, you can put a message in the chat if you would like to have a body scanning after a very short break.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within the next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment signs. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years.
Nithyanandam, welcome back, dear viewers. So, Nitya Dharmadara Ananda has commented in the YouTube live stream saying, yes, I would like to have a body scanning for myself and you have my consent. Okay. So, Dharmadarama is volunteering today and we are going to be, I'll be demonstrating the power of body scanning. Let's see what the third eye is revealing. I'll be chanting the Mahavakya and connecting with Swamiji. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nityanandama. So I'll be revealing what the third eye revealed for you, and you can respond back in the chat and how you are able to relate with the revelations. So what the third eye revealed, Ma, is you have a pretty your health is pretty good. You don't have any of the major issues in terms of your health. The only thing that the body scanning revealed was in terms of your knees. You have some issue with the knees, which it gives you some kind of a pain very often. It's not any major issue, but it's more like maybe an overuse or some kind of a friction happening in the knee area, and that gives you the pain sometimes. And it's not like an everyday, but you do experience this pain very frequently. And I didn't see exactly what knee it was, but it was one of the knees that you had this knee pain, which causes this and a little pain in the upper thigh towards the knee and the knee itself. You have this pain that keeps popping up time and again, and creates a very discomfort, and you're not able to walk the way you used to because of this knee issue. So this is what the third eye revealed for you, Ma. And if you're able to relate with this, you can kindly respond in the YouTube live chat and say how you are able to relate with this scan. So, and while Ma Dharmadara is responding back in the YouTube live chat, dear viewers, every day at 2:15 a.m. IST and at 4:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time, we have the demonstration of extraordinary powers, where you can bring your friends, family, and everyone for this segment, so they can have their third eye revelations. as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism through his initiated disciples. Okay, so Ma Dharmadhara Ananda has confirmed that yes, Ma, I have this problem. She's asking what is the solution. Okay, so I'm going to scan through the third eye and see what the third eye reveals as the solution for the issue of Ma Dharmadhara. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 The revelation that the third eye revealed, that I got from the third eye is two things. So one is you can apply any kind of a massage oil, apply and massage that will kind of alleviate the pain once you have the pain. If you have the pain, just use that. But the source of this issue that I'm able to see is the lack of water. You're not drinking enough water that is required to the smooth functioning of the body. So please do drink enough amount of water that is needed for your body, and that can really help alleviate the joint problems that you're having, especially the knee problems. And as a temporary relief, you can apply any kind of a massaging oil on your knees, and that can give you temporary relief. And permanently drinking enough amount of water would really help solve this issue. And Ma Dharmadhara has responded saying, this is the only thing. I'm very healthy and my niece is from working 2 jobs for 27 years. Wow, that's really amazing. 27 years working 2 jobs is no joke. And with that, you have maintained a very good health, especially except for this knee issue. Wonderful, Ma Dharmadhara. And even this knee issue, definitely just focus on ensuring that you drink enough amount of water and keep your body hydrated. And even this issue will be resolved. That was the solution given by the third eye. Wonderful, Ma Dharmadhara. Thank you so much for responding in the chat. And dear viewers, this segment is just to show the possibility that the Supreme Pontiff awakens in each and every one of us. And it has nothing to do with our spiritual practice. It has nothing to do with what we do. It is just to do with Swamiji's initiation. With the initiation, any and every one of us can manifest these powers, and hundreds of thousands of the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are manifesting these powers. Okay, so we have one more a viewer who has requested for a body scanning. Ma Shri is also asking for a body scanning. We have a few more minutes, and so definitely, Ma Shri, I'll be going ahead and doing the body scanning for you. Ma Dharmadhara is responding back saying, thank you very much, very accurate. Thank you, Ma Dharmadhara. Ma Shri, I'm going to be scanning you. I request you to please stay live on the YouTube chat and immediately respond back upon the scanning, how you were able to relate with the scanning. I'm now going to be chanting the Mahavakya, and we'll be doing the body scanning for you through the third eye. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Mahashri. So what the third eye revealed for you is there's some kind of a tightness in your chest area, ma. And I see that related to your hormonal, there's kind of an hormonal imbalance in the body, and that leads to a lot of a tightness in the chest area for you, and a lot of a tightness in your breasts. You feel that, and I could also see that this is directly related to the hormonal imbalance in your body. And your chest area, totally you feel very, very tight and very rigid in your chest area. That is what I was able to see, ma. And I'm also going to scan and see what is the solution that the third eye is revealing. Please do continue to respond back in the chat if you're able to relate with it. And I will also scan and see if there is anything else that the third eye reveals for you. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Yes. So, Mahashri, one more thing I was also able to see is this hormonal imbalance is also affecting your uterus. And the solution that the third eye gave was just receive healing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Whenever we have the Akashic readings, live Akashic readings, Devi Parashati Akashic reading or Sundareshwar Akashic reading, you can come and request for healing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And Swamiji is known as a most prolific healer. And Swamiji has healed millions of people worldwide. So all you need is just a healing, and the healing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism can really help in the hormonal balance in your body, ma. Don't worry, it's not something major, but it can really help you balance those hormones and bring your body back to the normal state. Okay, so two things I was able to see: the tightness in the chest and that hormonal imbalance, and that's also affecting your uterus. And the healing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can also receive healing from any of the initiated healers. And on the 4th of December, Swamiji is giving the healers initiation. So you can be receiving the initiation as a healer yourself, and you can heal yourself as well. So the healer's initiation is on the 4th of December. So you can be initiated to be a healer of the initiated Nityananda spiritual healer. Okay, so Mahashri has responded back saying the scan was true. Thank you so much, Mahashri, for commenting back in the chat. And dear viewers, with this, we come to the conclusion of the Power Manifestation session. We will now be entering into the next segment after a very short break. And we request all of you to please stay tuned, and we'll be right back with you after a very short break.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously.
Nityanandam, and welcome back, dear viewers, for the next segment of today's program, where we are going to be sharing with you about an introduction to Devi Parashati, the divine feminine consciousness. So, what is the divine feminine consciousness, and why the worshipping the divine feminine is so significant, and how this is one of the easiest path to enlightenment? So here is a reference, Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashati, where it says, I move with the Rudras and also with the Vasus. I wander with the Adityas and the Vishwadevas. I hold aloft both Mitra and Varuna, and also Indra and Agni and the Ashwini twins. So here beautifully it says how Devi Parashakti is the source Shakti. She is the source of everything in this universe, where she says, I move with the Rudras, all the Rudras and the Vasus and the Indra and the Agni, everything. She is the source of the fire god. She is the source of all the entire creation and existence itself. The next verse, the reference from the Veda, it says, I uphold and cherish the Soma, the exuberant plant that is pressed out of the delight of the gods. I am the supporter of the divine sculptor and the craftsman, and of the Bhaga and the Pushan too. I am the giver of the fruits of the sacrifices and grant the wealth of the oblation to the mindful institutor of sacrifice and to the performer of the Soma sacrifice. I am the ruling queen, the authority and the amasser of the treasures, full of wisdom, first of those who are worthy of worship through Yajna, the fire and sacrifice. It is me, the Devas, have installed in many places, in many directions, with many homes for me to enter and abide in. So here it says, Devi is the embodiment of all the energy. She is the source Shakti from which all of us come, into which all of us merge. It is by my power and through me alone that one eats, sees, breathes, and hears the spoken word. He is not aware of me, yet he dwells in me alone. Listen with concentration for those who can hear, for I tell you what is trustworthy. Hear one and all the truth as I declare it. So here Devi Parashakti is revealing about herself, how she is the power, and it is through her energy, through her Shakti, that we are able to see, eat, breathe, and sleep. Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. She is the cosmic mother, and it is in her cosmic womb from which billions of universes comes out and goes in. The source from where the Big Bang and the black hole goes on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy from which all of us came, in which all of us are in even now, and into which all of us are going to merge. Devi is described by Paramashiva in the Kamikagama and expanded by the great saint called Tirumular as Bhuvanai Brahmanda Yoni. Bhuvanai means the goddess of the whole universe. Bhuvaneshwari, Bhuvanai, and Brahmanda Yoni means the cosmic womb from which all of us come out and into which all of us go back. So Devi represents the whole energy, Parashakti. And the Vedic tradition has a unique, has a full, a complete tradition. One of the various traditions in the Vedabaric tradition is the worship of the divine cosmic mother, and it is one of the most easiest to practice because each and every one of us have the ability to connect with the divine mother, Devi Parashakti herself. All the great things start only with the mother. Only with the mother, and it is the energy of Adi Shakti. The technical term in Agama, Bhagavan Paramashiva, and it is called as Brahmanda Yoni, means the cosmic womb. Bhagavan Paramashiva calls it the Brahmanda Yoni. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, and delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. And in the words of Devi Parashakti, as she revealed the Akashic records, Devi Parashakti says, take the Atmalinga. You don't have to do it now, but this was a revelation given earlier. Take the Atmalinga, keep in the Sahasrara Chakra, the crown center, and meditate on the Navagrahas, who are the manifestations of Paramashakti, Parameshwari. Connect yourself with the Navagrahas now. All the grievances will leave. The powers of the Navagraha will get manifested in the form of a sound of this Navagraha Sukta. Annai Parameshwari, Parashakti, Paramashakti, the Navagraha Nayaki will manifest in all of us. For the great grace of Navagrahas to overflow in all of you, she will do the good grace. I am bestowing with good grace, overflowing in Shivamaya, Mother Parashakti, in the form of Navagrahas, overflowing as the great grace that does good to the world, doing good to all of you, destroying all the bad. Mother, I am bestowing with great grace as Sarva Mangala Mayi, Sarva Mangala Swarupini, clearing all the Graha Doshas, entering into your being. In the form of Navagraha Sukta, doing all the goodness, freeing all of you from Maya and Pralaya, I am giving goodness. I am bestowing with Jnana Shakti. Navagraha Sukta Mavadaraya means the Swamiji then led into listening to the chanting of the Navagraha Sukta. How to receive Devi Parashakti? Literally, you're seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at the moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very, very, very traditionally. So keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and a coin in front. So it's basically like a tambulam. We call it as a tambulam. In a plate, you arrange 2 betel leaves, betel nut, and 2 bananas and a small coin. It can be any denomination. Just as a traditional offering, you offer to Devi Parashakti. It can be the minimum denomination coin. Just keep it and offer it. And literally just feel like you are offering it to Devi Parashakti. Go on to the next slide. So offer that to Devi. After the darshan is over, do the namaskar and eat the banana, betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as a prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send it to the Los Angeles temple. The betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment. Really, she is there. You will not take Devi darshan for granted. Rituals break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. A beautiful revelation by the Supreme Pontiff on how to receive Devi Parashati. So here you can see the picture of the tambulam, where 2 betel leaf, betel nut, 2 bananas, 1 banana, and betel nut and a coin. So this is the introduction that we have for Devi Parashati. And after this, we will now be looking into the solution Devi Parashati revealed for those of us who feel stuck during this pandemic. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the main section of today's program, which is the revelations from the Akashic readings and how those revelations can be applied in our day-to-day life to unblock ourselves and to start progressing in our life and not to feel stuck anymore. The revelation directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism after a very short break.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
Nithyananda, welcome back to all the viewers as we are gathered today for this beautiful program, the Parashati Akashic Reading Program. Before we're heading into the next segments of today's program, I'd like to personally invite each and every one of you cordially for the December 4th special solar eclipse. On this day, we're going to be hosting a very, very exclusive event where you'll be able to spend your solar eclipse, this very intense, ferocious, and merciless eclipse, with the divine presence of the avatar. Outside, there might be so many predictions, astrologers, and people who are saying that this solar eclipse is going to be one of the most energetic and most powerful eclipses that we've experienced. There's so many after effects, but to be safe from all of that, to have the divine intervention in your life, you can stay and you can register and make sure that you are spending this solar eclipse with the avatar. Make sure you stay tuned this December 4th and stay tuned for the information on the Kailasa's SPH Nityananda Facebook page. Now, let us enter into this segment. There's a beautiful verse from the Guru Gita which says, Ananta samsara samudradara naukayitabhyam Sri Guru Bhakti Dabhyam Vairagya Samrajada Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Sri Guru Padukabhyam. In this verse, Sri Adi Shankaracharya, an enlightened incarnation of Paramashiva who lived thousands of years ago, is singing that the Guru Paduka are literally like the boat that sails us through the raging ocean of the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the ocean of our samsara. And it's so relevant, especially nowadays, when many of us feel in the same way. And it's extremely powerful when you think about how Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who lived 1000 years back, could speak directly into what each and every one of us are experiencing right now. It's at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, the incarnation of the cosmic consciousness, out of his love and compassion, has taken the spiritual responsibility of uplifting the whole of humanity, of guiding each and every one of us. And Swamiji has done so through this Parashati Akashik reading. Devi Parashati is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, attending to our prayers, everything that you have desired in the deepest of your hearts. Devi Parashati is making that manifest into reality. Just over the course of the last 6 months, we've seen how much Devi Parashati has simply taken care of so many people, so many families, children, youth, people who at one point had not seen a good future at hand. She has literally turned that around. And Devi Parashati has not only given personal guidance, but also guidance for the humanity as a whole. She's given profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. She has showed us the future regarding the global issues such as the COVID pandemic and natural disasters. And she's even given us light, shed light on some of the underground wars, the biological wars, everything that is going on, which many of us do not know yet, but are highly evidence secrets. This segment we will be elaborating on the statistical, the scientific, and the scriptural references of each sacred revelation. And every day we've been doing so. We've been going over all the different revelations of Devi, seeing how they impacted our lives and what we can do to apply it in our lives. For example, the greatness of neem flower, the greatness of sitting in Padmasana, being able to, what Devi Parashati had revealed on Hindu Yonijam. All of these are some of the examples of the great revelations Devi Parashati gave. Today, we're going to be focusing in on one. And of course, until now, we have been continuously hinting at it, but now we're getting into the juice of what Devi Parashati had revealed. Many of us all over the world are feeling stuck in many areas of our lives, whether it is health, wealth, or relationships, or spiritual life, whatever it might be. Many of us are in that not moving forward, yet not quite moving backward, just completely in the middle, having an extremely hard time of finishing incomplete tasks. All of this is what Devi directly addressed. Now let's watch that video where she addresses it. Yes. Sorry for the technical glitch. We'll just be playing the video once again. Yes, we'll be right back with the video. In the meantime, I hope that each and every one of you can take a few minutes right now in order to share and follow, like this video, as well as like the official page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on Facebook and as well as Twitter. Make sure that you're following and that you're getting the instant notifications as soon as there's a live darshan. And in order to stay connected all day, every day, make sure that you're getting the messages of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in every turn of your life, and as we are together as a collective, moving forward. let's just watch the revelation from the 23rd of August 2021 once again. Yes. Now, let's just watch the revelation from the 23rd of August. Completing without viewers for the technical difficulties. And so far in this program, we've gone over, understood a little bit about what situation we might be in. And in the next segment, we're going to be delving into it a little bit more. We're going to be understanding what are the different statistics, the current status of the world today. One is how the mental health problems have been exacerbated in the last 2 years, how that has led to so many cascading effects, including then having divorce rate increase and then having breakups more, having stress in the family, having stress at home, having children not being, having behavioral issues, and not being able to look forward to their future, and being subject to virtual schooling even. And even we have other issues that many people have seen as well, including in the rates of suicide as well. In so many youth, so many girls, even aged just 15 to 17, many people are seeing the effects now. Yes. Devi Parashati's revelation was very brief but extremely powerful, giving us the answer to all of our problems.
Meditate on Navagrahas. They will remove your feelings stuck. Listen. Feeling stuck in the life is due to pralaya. Everyone all over the world is feeling stuck in the life. Meditate on Navagrahas. Connect with Navagrahas. Pray to Navagrahas. You will be free from the suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Om. Om.
Yes. So let's now move on. Let's now understand Devi's revelation once again and just read it out fully and imbibe it deeply for us to deeply understand, analyze, and start to apply Devi Parashakti's guidance in our lives. And once again, These revelations Devi Parashati has been revealing are also available on YouTube and available for each and every one of you to watch and imbibe. See the revelations of Devi. They are extremely profound and so many countless revelations that there are. So now let's just see the English language, that Devi's words mapped into the English language. So here, as you can see, Devi Parashakti had revealed that people feeling stuck, whether in health, wealth, or relationships, life, career, spirituality, power manifestation, wherever you are feeling stuck, it is because of the pralaya. Pralaya gives you delusion, a wrong direction, makes you feel stuck. Meditate, pray, and connect to Navagrahas. You will be free from the suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Devi Parashakti continues. Feeling stuck in life is due to pralaya. Everyone all over the world is feeling stuck in life. Meditate on the Navagrahas, connect with the Navagrahas, and pray to the Navagrahas. You will be free from this feeling of stuck and insecurity. Everyone connected with us, sitting all over the world, listen. I am seeing continuously everywhere people are feeling, whether in their health, wealth, career, life, relationships, spirituality, power manifestation, and so much more, people are feeling stuck. This pralaya will make you feel your room is like a prison. The power of the pralaya will break your mind and crush your being to the extent that you will start feeling your very room like a prison. The only way to destroy this is connecting with the Navagrahas, meditating on the Navagrahas, and be connected to Navagraha Nayaki, Parameshwari. And now Devi Parashakti led into a process saying, take the Atmalinga, keep in your Sahasrara Chakra. Parashakti continues, Annai Parameshwari Parashakti, Paramashakti, Navagraha Nayaki will manifest in all of you for the great grace of the Navagrahas to overflow in all of you. She will do good grace. I am bestowing with good grace, overflowing in Shivamaya, Mother Parashakti, in the form of the Navagrahas, overflowing as a great grace that does good to the world, doing good to all of you, destroying all bad. Mother, I am bestowing with great grace as Sarvamangalamayi, Sarvamangala Swarupini. So yes, now let's go into some of the evidence that we have. Many of us don't need evidence. We know from our own experiences that right now in this pralaya, we are feeling stuck. Whether it is a pile of homework that we have, a pile of work that is loaded on us, maybe even having job instability, or maybe even facing relationship issues at home. Whatever it is, many of us are experientially going through and don't need any other explanation to know that during this pandemic, many people are going through it. But let's just look up the facts and see, not at least to understand that we are not alone. Wherever we're going through, what we're going through, even if it might be isolated, even if it might be a very unique situation, we are still not alone. In a BBC article, it explains why the pandemic is causing spikes in breakups and divorces. It's saying that divorce rates have increased, and it's largely due to mental health problems. And because there's so much of stress, there's so much of negativity being continuously projected in the TV and media and we are only subject to the TV and media for information nowadays. Because of that, it leads to mental health problems, and because of that, we are seeing that many relationships are facing crisis. In fact, the leading British law firm Stewart's is saying there's 124% increase in the number of divorce rates that are filed, the divorces that are filed. It says also that for other couples, the increase in mental health problems is linked to the pandemic is playing a role. Relationship experts believe that couples, even strong couples who didn't face problems before, are now facing it because of the pandemic. And that is because the pandemic has taken away the well-established routines that offered comfort, stability, and rhythm. And even COVID has brought in a new buzzword called languishing, as people are feeling stuck in the waiting days of the pandemic. And this is from People magazine, where it's saying, where it's describing what psychologist Adam Grant wrote in the New York Times on languishing, a new term for people who are not quite completely depressed and not clinically depressed and not having symptoms of depression, but people who are still not completely having the perfect picture of mental health yet. When it comes to mental health, We have to be able to define every single stage so that we are able to use these as a tool. Languishing, according to Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, is the neglected middle child of mental health. It's a void between depression and flourishing, and the absence of well-being. You don't have the symptoms of mental illness, but you are still facing not having a positive outlook on life. And Keyes, another university professor at Emory, said that people who are experiencing languishing or people who are languishing are more likely to develop serious depression and anxiety disorders. And this is another reason why we have to define these terms, and we have to ensure that we are knowing before we enter into a very serious case, depression, and having extremely poor mental health. There are different stages. There is a middle child that people are facing, and there is a middle ground that people are in before they go into serious cases of depression. And while there is a positive side to know that you are in this, the bad news is that more people are facing languishing, they're facing these kinds of feelings more so now than ever. And also this has affected even the birth rate of different countries. In fact, it says in several different articles that despite spending more time at home due to the pandemic, in the US is in midst of a baby bust, not a baby boom. And US births have been falling since for nearly a decade, since 2019. And mostly this is due to a turbulent labor market, and which is disproportionately hurting women. Women who are working are not able to ensure that they are sustaining themselves and have a healthy pregnancy. So unfortunately, that's come down to not being able to expand your family, and many people are finding it extremely difficult. That's why the statistics show that there's been 300,000 less births in the United States alone just in the last 2 years. And the cascading effects of the pandemic were addressed continuously by Devi Parashati. We have seen how Devi Parashati, even in April to June this year, how even though there were many people who were already going out, who were feeling that the pandemic is over, she continuously warned, saying that you have to stay inside, you have to take heed, and you have to be warned of the pandemic ongoing. And not only that, the International Labor Organization has seen that 81 million jobs were lost as COVID-19 created a turmoil in Asia-Pacific labor markets. And they're seeing that pandemic led to a huge reduction in working hours, and it reversed job growth and pushed millions who are working into poverty. And another impact is on the real estate market. Millions of people losing jobs, and there's a decline in the real estate market. One of the largest markets and most active economic cycles is the real estate market. The impact of COVID-19 has seen a worsening effect on the real estate market. The real estate market, being such a huge aspect of our entire economy, has a profound effect on the economy itself, especially when there is a huge break or a huge fall in any market. It will impact other portions of the economy as well. And here we're seeing some of these statistics related to the risk of suicide. And one of the most shocking things is that the emergency department visits for suspected suicide attempts among US girls aged 12 to 17 had increased from 51%. So this was from February to March, and it increased with 51% from the same time last year. And that's very, very shocking news. And I can, of course, I can understand and see what young girls go through, especially in this day and age. However, we have to understand, and we are responsible for ensuring that there are solutions, and the solutions which are there are provided for all youth who are undergoing this. In fact, There are 12 science-based benefits of meditation published by Healthline. One is that it reduces stress. Second, it controls anxiety. Third, it promotes emotional health. Fourth, it enhances self-awareness. It also lengthens attention span. It also might reduce age-related memory loss. It can generate kindness, may help you in fighting addictions, improve sleep, control pain, and it can decrease your blood pressure, and it's accessible anywhere. You can do meditation at any point in time, anywhere. And of course, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also facilitated that in order so that we are able to connect to Kailasa and find spiritual solutions in any moment of our lives. And another study by the Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis, such as COVID-19. They had explained that meditation and mindfulness are practices that can support healthcare professionals, patients, carers, general public during the times of crisis. And while there are many forms of meditation and mindfulness of particular interest to healthcare professionals are those with evidence-based, such as mindfulness-based stress reduction. And systematic reviews of such practices have shown improvements in measures of anxiety, depression, and pain scores. And structure and function of brain changes have been demonstrated in the brain of those with long-term traditional meditation practice. Meditation is also known to have a very, very good effect on emotional health. It says here that it offers a bigger sense of purpose, which is a connection to a greater power or truth that can give you a sense of purpose and a meaning beyond your day-to-day normal routine. It can provide social support because through practicing your spirituality, you may become involved with a community of like-minded people, a sangha. And also, it lifts the spirit. Activities related to your spiritual practices, such as singing and music, may have also some positive effects on emotional health. And it'll also help you cope with difficulties. Spirituality or religion can provide a framework for dealing with unexpected negative events, which nowadays is happening more frequently than usual. A September 2015 report published in Health Psychology found that when a researcher followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more healthy than others. Now, we have performed and seen the scientific evidence ourselves of what can happen when you are immersed in the meditation and you're immersed in samadhi or oneness with the source. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had himself made a breakthrough happen with the glimpse into his own brain in 2005. And Dr. Sri Murali Krishna, who is the researcher here, is going to share with us exactly what meditation...
Nithyananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murali Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that. Because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light it up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right here. Right in the middle. Probably an inch and a half, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was, Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was, I've never seen that before in my life, so the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area, and when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure. If you eat, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya spiritual healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
Yes, and this book is also available for download at books.nithyananda.org if you'd like to download and read for yourself the scientific findings from an insight into the brain of an avatar. Now, we're going to move on into the next informations, the scientific evidence behind the planets, the grahas, having an effect on our brain. And we're going to be seeing more about the Navagrahas, the Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana. We're going to see more and more on this subject. Now, first, let us understand what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says on prayer and how that can bring a breakthrough in busting your stress.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramashiva, relating to Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, everyday puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. It's a piece of God. Literally.
Beautifully. Swamiji has before said also that prayer gives you roots, and joy, bliss makes you fly. That's the beautiful way that Swamiji has said that the prayer gives the roots, and we should always, instead of grieving about anything, instead of being powerless, we should always fall back on prayer, deep space of prayerfulness. Now, we'll be going on and understanding more about the Navagrahas and their effects on us. What are the Navagrahas exactly, and what Swamiji has revealed about Navagrahas?
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die. within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive, somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being Paramashiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramashiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.